Hello, and welcome back to the Cozy Corner podcast. We are here for season 2 with more chats with Darlene and myself, along with some very special guests.
We have lined up some pretty fun and also serious topics that we believe you will enjoy just as much as we do.
We hope you all have had such a great start to your new year, 2021. So much has happened already, and we hope that y'all have kept safe and have been able to maybe accomplish some earlier goals.
So here we go, season 2. Let's get cozy.
Let's get cozy with ... meeting our moms.
Woohoo!
We are so excited to have our guests today be our mothers. We have been planning this, I think, since even season 1 early on, because we are obsessed with our moms, and we thought they would be probably so fun to listen to and hear them out on some of things that they have to say. We also thought it'd be appropriate to invite our moms to introduce them, ask them a few questions, and really just have some good fun. My mom and Darlene's mom get along so well, and so we're so excited to have you both here.
For sure. Our moms are such a special part of our lives, and we're so happy to bring them here in the podcast so you guys can get a little bit more into hearing from our moms. And we're so happy to have them as our first official guest. So grab your favorite drink and let's get cozy.
Cynthia and Judy, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Sure. My name is Cynthia Williams, live in New Braunfels, Texas. I work at Canyon High School. I am the lead attendance clerk there, but everybody knows me as Cindy back home in Laredo, Texas.
And I'm Judy Hasso, Darlene's mother, and we've lived in New Braunfels now for 18 years, and I'm so blessed to have them me and my husband Tony raise them here. I work for Republic National Distributing Company, and it's a wholesale wine and liquor company. And I think I've been there for 7.5 years now. Love my job.
So yes, we have a question for y'all. What are you most excited for this year? What is something you're looking forward to? I know we're already in March? We're in April. April of 2021, but what are something that you're excited for this year, just to get it started off with the podcast?
I'm excited because Darlene has been here, her and her husband Edwin have been here now 3 months, but they're going to be going back home to Guatemala, and I'm sad, but yet excited because I know that they're going to start with a baby in their lives. They'll be starting, hopefully, to conceive in April. So hopefully by next January, maybe we'll have a little baby in the family. We don't know. It may take a little bit. It may take a little while because, of course, sometimes your first takes a while to actually conceive.
Everyone's here with shocked eyes.
Shocked, but I love it.
It's exciting.
It is exciting.
Sabrina, she's going on a new adventure this summer, which I'm excited for her. She is in Focus, and so she will have another year of Focus, and then I don't know what's going to go on with her career life. But otherwise, I'm excited. She goes to Michigan this year to adventure something new. Mm-hmm. So for 3 months with Focus. And then Erica has been looking for apartment hunting, and it'll be good for her to get out on her own, although I still love her being with me at home. I know she doesn't want to be under us. She's 23, so it's time for her to spread her wings. That's what I'm excited about.
And you and Tony, what are you and Tony doing this year? What's exciting?
Oh, it's our 30th wedding anniversary in May.
Oh my gosh.
But with this COVID thing, we didn't really plan anything. Maybe in September go up to Savannah because Sabrina will be up there again another year. So maybe go visit her for a week.
Yeah. What's the symbol for 30? You know how it's like diamond, paper,
I don't know. I don't know. I have to look up that. Yeah. Where's my phone? I don't know.
Oh, well, happy early anniversary. That's awesome.
Thank you.
My turn?
Yes, your turn.
2021. 2021. On a personal note, I am happy. I'm so happy this year that we're back at school. Of course, we started back in 2020, but this year, what I'm looking forward to is my oldest daughter, Gabby's older sister, Mercedes, will be getting her cosmetology license. She's enjoying that there at Paul Mitchell in Orlando, Florida. And she's been showing us pictures of what she's doing. eyelash extensions, from that all the way to facials, to makeup artists, to cutting hair, you name it, they're doing it. So I'm super happy for her. I'm proud of her. And I'm hoping that they're having some kind of graduation or ceremony, something to, when they finish getting their license. And I would love to fly up there in early October to do that. So shout out to Mercedes and all the hard work she's doing. And Gabby, my daughter here, doing the podcast with her best friend Darlene since middle school. An amazing, amazing friendship. I wish nothing but the best for them each, and especially Darlene and Edwin and their travels to Guatemala and their dreams of having a family. That's definitely a big deal. And of course, Gabby, with her career, hoping that, Darlene and her will be able to continue the podcast and see what adventures come up for Gabby. Gabby always has an adventure in her life, and I can't wait to see what that next adventure will be. That's on a personal note. On a other note, I just wish that this COVID would hurry up and be over with so that I can go out and celebrate with Judy and Tony.
More drinks.
and have some more drinks. But seriously, just for more normalcy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for this next year. Normalcy, and people just need to learn how to respect each other and just be patient. Everybody needs to be patient. That's what I really want for this next year.
Very good. We're excited to go a little bit down memory lane. So, first question. What are y'all's first impressions of each other? Ooh, this is going to be fun.
Yeah, like being a parent, I feel like we're now experiencing this. Like, we're adults. Like, what is it like being an adult? And, like, you know that your child is going to be hanging out with this family, this other mothers. You know what I mean? Like, I just find it so fascinating now that I'm getting to the age of my friends being moms. So, yeah, very curious. It's a good question.
My first impression is Cynthia.
Be honest, too.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, definitely.
How wouldn't I be honest?
His mom's crazy.
Definitely. Let me have it, Judy. Let me have it.
No, I remember that I was told that she works at middle school. Eyes at the middle school was perfect. And, because those middle school boys, so I was excited that she worked there, that the idea of having somebody there with the eyes, although they had nothing but girlfriends. There was about 13 of y'all. 13 of these friends.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah. They were so close because they all did basketball together, they did volleyball together, they ran track together. And with Cynthia, let's go. And she was with Brittany's mom,
Patty Carter.
Patty Carter. Man, I miss her because she was just so an amazing lady too. Always there at the functions with the kids, and so was Cynthia. And I saw that friendship, and I said, I want to have here at this school, because my kids have such close friends, and I didn't have any really friends my age that were at Canyon, and we had just moved there. It had been only 8 years.
2 years ago, it had been 2 years.
You were 5th grade.
So in 7th grade, was 2 years after.
Yeah, so we were still young and meeting people. The only people we would meet is our kids' friends' parents. Mm-hmm. So I was excited that I got to be part of that friendship, between Cynthia and Patty. So that was, we were very close, but yet, yeah, so.
Right, we were close in the sense that we, I wanted, and the word approved of each other's, of our daughters being friends was, I don't even know if that's an understatement or whatever, but definitely knowing that that Darlene was a good kid for me, was important. Mm-hmm. Because, it's the kid. It doesn't matter who the parent is. It's how the children are together and how they interact together. And that's the most important part. And these girls, all these 13 to 17 girls that hung out together, they were good friends,
More with the girls than interested in boys. They weren't, none of them were. Really?
Yeah.
And they were so close. And when they got together, they would laugh and I'd be right there in the middle of them.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
they
I remember your laugh. It
Yes.
was identical to Darlene. So yeah,
Yes.
that was always so fun.
So yeah,
Definitely.
That's why I was very happy with the relationship the girls had, where they were more interested with each other getting together, and then
Yeah.
us, including us as
Right.
parents. They didn't
Yeah.
mind having us there.
Definitely my first impression of Judy was she was involved because she would come pick up Darlene. Actually, it was her mom that would come pick up Darlene from school the majority of the time. But just, speaking with her and meeting her for the first time, and I can't honestly say, I think it was probably at one of the functions at school in sports.
Probably,
or
it hasn't
something.
been volleyball. That was the first
Probably that
sport.
was the first sport, and that
Volleyball
they were in
team.
7th grade.
We were both on B team, or were you on A team?
Actually, my sophomore year, my 7th grade year, I was the manager.
Yes. I do.
She wasn't on the
Yeah.
team.
I remember that. I do.
I was on
remember
the
that.
basketball team though, so maybe that because I don't think my mom would have gone to the
To the
volleyball
volleyball.
game,
Okay, so yeah, it must
but
have been
maybe like basketball.
It could have
Like,
been,
so-
but like I said, it was a
One
long
of the
ago.
sports.
But yeah, I mean, Judy was just, she was a nice lady, and I was like, okay, I like her. Check plus.
Kind of like in the same boat of what we're talking about, but to kind of go deeper and to kind of focus more on being mothers of daughters. What was it like watching your daughter grow up as they were kind of finding themselves, finding their friendships, navigating school, as little as we were from middle school to high school? What is that like as a mom? And
Yeah, what do you have to share about that? How was that experience?
Well, I knew my door was always open to him, and I had always told him from day one, if you have any concern, I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to say, get angry with you. Tell me what's on your mind, because something's hurting them. And if I sit there and I was going to punish them, they would never come to me. And that door was always open. And there's been a couple times when one of the daughters, I have 3 girls, have come to me and said something, and we said, okay, let's discuss this. How can we work this out? And that's all there is to it. So I know my door was not always open with my mother, and it was very difficult to go to her. So I made a point to make sure that they were able to come to me no matter what, whether it had been if they tested with drugs or if they wanted to be with a boy, anything. And I had always been open to them. And thank God nothing like that had ever crossed their minds. I did make sure that they were involved with church quite often, so maybe that helped. I don't know, but my door was always open to them, and I think they came to me in that way.
so you took what your experiences were, and you and Tony talked and were like, this is what our household's
Not
gonna
so
be.
much Tony.
Ah, okay.
He's a little bit more stricter, and I don't think he would have.
And with having girls, were you
accepted.
just like that
Yes,
connection?
You
Um,
understood.
He
Mommy, 'cause you were a girl.
understood. Yeah, I was a girl, so I mean, yeah, I'm a girl. I understood what it was
Yeah.
like with my mother.
Yeah.
It was very difficult to go to my mom in situations, but I wanted to make sure my daughters weren't going to be in that same situation.
What was it like watching your daughters grow up as they were finding themselves?
I think for me, I agree with Judy. I felt that my daughters could tell me anything. And they did. They tell me a lot. As a single mom, going to be a single mom, and then eventually became a single mom, you have a lot of emotion, and you're thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? I wanted them to know that just because we were getting divorced, it had nothing to do with them.
Mm-hmm.
It had to do with a bad marriage, and that needed to come to an end, and that they needed to just keep going to school, keep focused.
Mm-hmm.
The girls were involved in sports. Mercedes came back Gabby's eighth grade year, and she was a sophomore at New Braunfels High School. Gabby was an 8th grader at Canyon. And they were focused. Mercedes was on the dance team. Gabby was in sports and in band, and they thrived throughout the divorce. And I'm sure they still have a lot of scarring even to this day, But as far as what I expected from them, they have exceeded the expectation of a divorced family, of, of two parents that just don't even to this day speak to each other, and I can't imagine how hard that is for them to know that their mother and father, after loving each other for so long, that they can't even see each other, and now they're having to deal with dad on one side and mom on the other side. So as far as a mom raising two girls, literally from the age of 13 to till they left the house, they've done great. They've definitely have done everything and more than what I've expected. It's amazing.
Thank you. And what did you I kind of want to get that juxtaposition of like mothering and how you were mothered. Because I liked how Judy kind of said, like, this is what she grabbed from her childhood of like, this is what I'm going to put display for my children. And I know that you have obviously stories and whatever you want to tell of like, I'm going to do it a little differently because obviously your mothering is going to be different.
Right. Definitely. When you become a mom, you just don't want the same cycle to go on. It's like you want to break the chain, because I had, growing up as a girl, of having two older sisters and a younger sister and a younger brother. So I'm the middle child. So growing up as a woman, all I remember, and it's true because I've had this conversation with my younger sister, it's, how you look. You have to be thin and beautiful. And I didn't want that for you girls. I wanted, of course, you're naturally beautiful, both of you and Mercedes, but for me, the beauty's within. It's who you are. Mm-hmm. And when I was growing up, I felt that was suppressed. I was only taught a certain way to be beautiful. Mm-hmm. And I was outgoing. I did sports, and my mom and dad supported me in the sports and stuff, because my mom was a very big part of the softball organization at the time. But once I became older, it was like, okay, put away that dream of playing sports, and let's go to the modeling school. Let's put your makeup on. Let's be more,
when you hit puberty, probably.
Yeah. Basically, I was, middle school. So of course, I was in the dance team and I did all that, but that was not me.
Yeah.
I mean, I love dancing. I love singing. I love to be I love being loud, and that's just who I am. Mm-hmm. But a lot of that was not okay. It wasn't okay to the extent to where I lost myself, and I did a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have in school. I mean, I was skipping school. I didn't care. I did stuff that I shouldn't have, I mean, I didn't do any drugs or anything. I didn't go that far, but I just rebelled, and I rebelled, and I rebelled, until finally I grew up and left. So when I had you girls, Mercedes and Gabby, when I had you all, I just didn't want you. I wanted you to be yourselves,
right?
And I remember my nieces always wanting to come to our house when they were little, because we were like, okay, we're going to the river, and my niece was like, but I gotta do my chongo, which, is a ponytail. And I was like, you're not gonna do no chongo, you're gonna go in the river. Who cares what your hair looks like? It's really your brothels. Nobody does chongos here. I mean, we just go the way we are, and I remember them loving it, the not caring.
They felt they were free.
Yes, and because that's how I am, and that's how my girls are. So that was one thing I wanted to instill in my daughters, was just whatever. Yes, there's a time and a place to be okay, brush your hair, whatever. But in the summer, just different stuff. But just be yourself, and that's what I'm proud of, is that my daughters are themselves. Mm-hmm. I hope that I didn't stop them or want them to think that they had to look and act a certain way. I just wanted them to be respectful and to not give up on their dreams, and they haven't. And they're doing everything that I wanted for. So there's no disappointment. There's no looking back saying I should have done this with my daughters. No. But as far as like Judy says, I agree with her in saying we're breaking the chain, and we do with our daughters, and or your sons if you have sons. But in our case, Judy has 3 girls, and I have 2 daughters. So it's important, in our upbringing, which obviously is familiar to both of us. It's important that our daughters realize that the sky's the limit. And what are you going to do with it?
Everything that you're saying about how Mercedes and Gabby, how you wanted them to, like you said, the sky is the limit. And that's how I see Gabby, even Mercedes too. I look up to them so much because of that. They're so free and just, they chase their dreams to 100% without caring about what other people think or...
I think we both have we're both very much, which I'm so grateful for our friendship, is we do it. We don't really care about looking silly or whatever. I feel like we've always been that way, and I feel like that is led to the parenting. We did quirky. You let us be quirky, and you let us just shoot.
Do what we wanted.
Do what we wanted.
Chase our dreams.
I think the whole thing that I'm trying to beat around the bush is the cool. What is cool, right? What is I thought we were cool, obviously.
We are cool.
But we are cool. But we went against maybe what was probably mainstream at the time in high school or middle school, because we were just
quirky.
This is us. We're quirky. We're silly. We're fun. And I think that plays a huge part, because I definitely know that there are parents, and I literally witnessed parents try to manipulate their children into this is how you should look, how you were saying with grandma, and that I think plays a huge role in not having an open door policy in your home, because I'm gonna not tell my parents I'm drinking and trying drugs and all this stuff. It's you're hiding that part of yourself. I don't know. I feel like it just shows, and don't want to go on a rant about that.
We totally could.
We totally could, but thank you guys for sharing that, because that is really
it's important just for girls that are listening to this, know that because your mom might not have an open door does not mean that they don't love you. It's just, it's hard for them to have that open door because they're scared of whatever they're suppressing or whatever they have going on. They're scared, but by no means does a mother ever not love their daughter, because they do. They just don't know. It's difficult how to express yourself sometimes.
Moving on a little bit.
Lighten it up a little bit. Y'all know we love getting deep, but we're going to put some funny stories in there now.
Yeah, we want to go back to our middle school quirky years and a little bit in high school. What are some memories that you remember?
LOL, laugh out loud memories that you have.
Of you girls?
Yeah, of us.
The memories I have is Darlene and Gabby, definitely Darlene's laugh going down the hallway. I mean, and all the teachers talked about Darlene.
Really?
About her laugh. Yes. And to this day, even Miss Martin, I believe.
That's high school, yeah.
That's high school, yeah. But I'm just saying, even throughout, everybody knows your laugh. And it was contagious.
Yes.
But Gabby and Darlene, definitely at Gabby's party, for her Hollywood party. I remember.
That was fun.
Remember that?
Yes.
I remember Darlene being dropped off at the red carpet, and she was just playing the part.
Aww.
I remember that.
What about you, Judy?
Mine more of groups.
Also.
Yes. When she had her 13th birthday, when we had 18 girls sleepover.
Yeah.
There were girls everywhere. And I woke up to a stomach pillow fight. I remember Brittany, and I don't know who she had the pillows in y'all's bellies.
In the t-shirt.
Yes. And Miss Hassa, watch this. And this was 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Watch this. And y'all would do that, and then sliding down the stairs. I mean, we woke up to girls everywhere. And I just remember her birthday party, her junior year, and it was here. At your house, Cynthia, and they did Poker Face.
It was a surprise.
Yes, it was a surprise birthday party. Her junior year.
And we made a music video.
It was after your...
after my accident. I was turning 17.
Yeah, so I just remember everybody being here, and that was fun.
You were here too,
Oh,
right?
yes, of course I was here. So
Oh,
yes.
I videotaped a lot of
Yes, yes.
it.
I
So
remember
it was fun. But I just remember groups, and then y'all have kept in touch
Ever since?
ever
I
since.
also remember
So-
you taking us to our pre-SAT and we went to Shipley's and got coffees and it was literally so fun. It was very cool.
Yes.
I remember that.
Yes.
Shout out to Shipley's.
Shout out
Yes.
to Shipley's, Texas favorite.
Y'all were true troopers. So y'all have definitely been through a lot, ups and downs with friends and
Mhm.
family, but your friendship has always stayed close, and that's
That's important.
very important. That's right.
Special.
I'm
I
so
feel
glad.
very happy. I feel very
Yes.
blessed
Yeah.
with our friendship.
Me
We
too. And I
graduated
love how
from-
we can like have like a little mom day. Like it's so fun to
Yeah.
like have like I always felt really close with you. Like
Same.
you know what I mean? Like I can't imagine even with the group of girls, you were probably other than Patty, obviously, but like
Yeah.
you were the
Yeah.
closest parent
Yeah.
to me.
Mhm.
That
Same.
was
Yeah.
Me too.
yeah.
And
Yes.
the last memory of Darlene is Gabby calling me, telling me, "Mom, Darlene's gonna call you. Her and Edwin are flying
Oh
in."
my god, yeah.
And that was just a couple of years ago.
Uh-huh.
And so they're flying in to surprise Judy and Tony. What was that?
It was her
It was
first.
Christmas.
It
It
was
was her
Christmas.
first time coming back
After
Must have
getting
been
married.
1 or 2
after
years.
Yes.
getting married, and of course I was sad because she wasn't coming home.
And we told you,
Yes.
we can't come home.
Yes.
We're not coming home.
I was like, Mom, you just have to do this. Like
I was like,
I was
okay.
like, don't
So I
worry,
was-
I'm gonna call my mom.
So I was literally on standby. So I had like 3 or 4 phone calls from Darlene saying, we're not leaving yet. Hold on. I was like, I'm here, Darlene. I was like,
The best.
I was on
Because
DEFCON
it
1.
didn't happen till like 9:00 that night.
Well, we were supposed to arrive here 9 a.m.
Yes.
9 a.m.
9
Saturday
a.m.
morning. And the flight got delayed.
Yeah.
You had to take a bus from Houston.
We
or
ended up
Dallas
taking a
or-
bus from Houston. 3-hour bus ride.
Yes.
So Miss Cynthia so kindly
Well, because
waited.
you're on break already, so you're like, I'm good. I can
Yeah,
be
I was
here.
already on break, and so I was able to do that.
So
So
good.
it
That was
was,
so great. Because I called Gabby. I'm like, Gabby, can you pick us up from the airport? She's like, I'm in Miami.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I wasn't in Texas, and I was like, we can figure
Yeah.
this out.
It was so great that
It worked
You
out.
still like have
it
it.
was good. They were exhausted.
Oh, that
I'm
was a
so-
good memory.
that
Yes,
was a
that
good
was a
memory.
good
More, yeah, I love.
And there's a
love
lot more
surprises.
memories to come too.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
So
sure.
we'll see in 9 months.
See,
So, so specific.
See you in 9 months.
Oh man.
okay, so y'all ready for like a speed round of advice? I mean, I feel like so far y'all have been so like I'm taking in so much. It's so knowledgeable of what y'all are saying. But yeah, we're gonna go to a next segment that just to kind of finish the episode with a few pieces of advice for our listeners from what we see are like our friends. Some of them are new moms, some of them are in relationships to want to become like to have a family, or just 28-year-olds. And I just think in general, I feel like it's always, I love hearing advice from different mothers and different women. So we're going to kind of come up with some questions and yeah, we'll keep it like short and sweet. What is your advice to new moms who are having daughters themselves?
Be true to yourself, and you'll be true to your kids.
Right. And just also for new moms, just to remind them that the struggle is real, put it that way, but it's worth it because before you know it, your daughters will be gone.
Make sure you have God in your life.
Yes.
That's very important, and to show your children that God is
Yes.
number one.
No matter what religion, it doesn't
Yes,
matter.
no matter-
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, because God's
It
always
doesn't
there
matter.
for you. Yeah.
Okay, now that we're grown adults, what's that like? Being a mom of an adult daughter.
Being a mom,
We have our own, so I just want to like specific, just to kind of get like any ideas. Like we have our own things we've established with our own adult life that, y'all can't really have like a say in because we're adults. I feel like that's something we talk about. That's just us being children. So yeah, with that in
yeah,
mind.
being a mom of an adult daughter to me is very fulfilling in the sense that you've seen them grow up from when they were first born to now that they're adults, having to make their own decisions, having to know what's a priority in their life, having to grow up and, concern themselves and worry about whether what career path is going to happen for them. Is it going to happen for them? To their choices in men, you can only say, I'm here to support you. Whatever you decide, I'm going to back you up. And Mercedes is gone. She's married. Gabby has a live-in boyfriend. And all I say is, my daughter looks happy. She's very happy. She's smiling. That's important to me. I want her to be happy.
Sometimes it's hard having them so far away. Thank God nowadays for FaceTime, you know?
Yeah.
Because we didn't have that growing up. But yeah, I'm very proud of my daughters and what they're achieving and what they're going, what's happening in their lives. And I don't know. I'm glad that I can be there to support them. And they still come to me for questions or whatever. Not major questions, of course, because Darlene has a husband now that she goes to. And sometimes I see that and I'm like, she doesn't come to me anymore.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's the way it's meant to be.
Do you feel like sometimes having the transition from a young daughter to an adult daughter, it's like you're having to relearn a little bit because your role as a parent has changed a slight?
Yeah. More for my role has changed for Darlene because I see it now that she's been home for 3 months and I think, she's going to come in here in the morning, early morning, and be with me. But she has a husband now. Can't wait to have grandchildren.
I know, right? The grandchildren.
Now that you announced it.
Yeah.
Well, it's been so good. Thank you guys for joining us
I know,
today.
thanks. This was new for us to have guests. This has been nice to
Yeah,
just experience it.
Time, and it was great with our moms. Just as in our first season, we want to leave each episode with an intention for the week, to motivate you or inspire you to do something new or different.
This week's intention is simply to go and give your mom a big hug. Or if you're far away, give her a call and tell her you love her.
Thank you so much for listening to the Cozy Corner podcast, where two besties come together to reminisce, catch up, chat, and discuss many topics all 20-something-year-olds face.
We hope you've enjoyed this episode. Feel free to write us on Instagram at the.cozycornerpod or just send us an email at thecozycornerpod@gmail.com.
Have a beautiful week and see you next time on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube.
God bless, take care, and adios, amigos.
Adios.